for attending tonight's Fall Sports Awards Night. I'm honored to be able to begin this evening by recognizing our scholar athletes. I take pride in recognizing the student athletes for academic achievements for something off the field of play. As you all know here tonight, there are great demands placed on our student athletes both during competition and during the school day. It is my pleasure to recognize this year's Fall Scholar athletes who have not only met the high requirements set by their coaches, but also excelled in the classroom. Students, as I say your name, please stand until your sport is complete. We're going to start with the boys cross country team. We have Adam Brown, who earned all A's, Cody Dennis, who earned all A's, Eli Pugh, who earned all A's, Wesley Meyer, Uriah Milner, and Jeffrey Rupert. For girls cross country, we have Claire Dunwoody, who earned all A's, Alexis Elliott earned all A's, Emma Feldman earned all A's, Abby McCarter earned all A's, Jordan Minix earned all A's, Hannah Odell earned all A's, Shelby Shane earned all A's, Madison Hyatt, Jana Kuhn, Amanda Sager, Kelsey Tyler, and Allison Ulrich. For football, Zane Gilbert earned all A's, Jacob Good earned all A's, Wilson Lee earned all A's, and Briley Tower earned all A's. And then we also have Brett Abbott, Sam Adams, Gavin Bennett, Daniel Butler, Trenton Bauer, Zane Duff, Josh Heckathorn, Alec Holland, Austin Hoover, Catherine Hughes, Bryce Lehman, Liam Leininger, Connor McLaughlin, Tyler Mulvaney, Tanner Music, Hunter Nard, Ross Pearson, Brady Perez, Alan Pfeiffer, Justin Riston, and Wes Scobie. Girls golf, Jade Benish earned all A's, Renee Bickle earned all A's, Kinley Lingenfelter earned all A's, Rosie Navarro earned all A's, and Ashley Navarro. Boys soccer, Alexander Andrinov earned all A's, Killian Bailey earned all A's, and Jacob Bowman earned all A's. Also in boys soccer, Trey Adley, Jace Bixler, Wyatt Bright, Caleb Cavelli, Jacob Dillingham, Zane Duff, Garrett Etchison, Malik Guerra, Wyatt Hastings, Chaz Nelson, AJ Knotts, Aaron Orr, Matthew Pickens, Austin Razor, Skylar Razor, and Deshaun Whitfield. Girls soccer, Kennedy Campbell earned all A's, Courtney Gast earned all A's, Shiloh Guerra earned all A's, Nikki Ponce earned all A's, Katie Schaller earned all A's, Sarah Schaller earned all A's, Adrian Shepard earned all A's, and Emily Tyler earned all A's. We also have Aya Abdallah, Allison Byerline, Madison Booth, Alexa Holland, Lexi Holland, Madison Karenko, Nicole Ranstead, Amber Reisner, Jenna Schlarf, Lillian Scott, Zoe Setzer, Riley Schaefer, Madison Shively, Morgan Tyler, Bailey Van Meter, Sierra Weathers, Olivia Williams, Mariah Yoakum, and Brianna Zeiger. For boys tennis, Zoe Bixler earned all A's, Lorenzo Modiano earned all A's, Justin Foon earned all A's, and Jackson Sawyer earned all A's. Also in boys tennis, Mason Brady, Chase Brown, Zach Deshawn, Jeffrey Harrell, Carlton Mullet, Ian Pugh, Trisha Timmons, and Austin Utter. On the volleyball team, Allie Bickle earned all A's, Evan Cashin earned all A's, Emma Dahlquist earned all A's, Libby Good earned all A's, Olivia Harris earned all A's, Becky Long earned all A's, Grace Piper earned all A's, Caitlin Robinson earned all A's, Corey Rao earned all A's, and Madeline Sailors earned all A's. Also on the volleyball team, Carly Beeler, Grace Stakey, Jessica Dalton, Kyla Ellinger, Allison Hart, Karina Peterson, Paige Schaefer, Olivia Smith, and Hannah Town. The next awards that we'll present are honorable mention all TRC athletes. Honorable mention academic all TRC athletes. We'll ask these athletes to come to the stage to be presented a certificate by their coach. For a student to earn the TRC Academic All-Conference Honorable Mention, the student must be a junior or senior, must obtain a GPA of 3.4 on a 4.0 scale, and must rank in the top 30% or higher in their class. This year for football, we have Gavin Bennett. Get to come to the stage, Gavin Bennett. Daniel Butler, Alec Holland, and Ross Pearson. For volleyball, honorable mention academic all TRC, Livy Harris.
Really spelled it wrong.
Congratulations.
Help.
For boys soccer, Killian Bailey, Wyatt Bright, AJ Knotts, and Matthew Pickens. For girls soccer, Nicole Ranstead, Morgan Tyler, and Olivia Williams. For boys tennis, Carlton Mullet. And for girls golf is Rosalie Navarro. I believe Rosalie is still at a bowling match this evening in Warsaw. Our next award is First Team All-TRC Scholar Athletes. We'll ask these athletes to come to the stage to receive a medallion from their coach. For a student athlete to earn the TRC Academic All-Conference distinction, the student must be a junior or senior, must obtain a GPA of 3.8 on a 4.0 scale, and must rank in the top 15% or higher of their class. For football, Wilson Lee. For volleyball, Jessica Dalton and Libby Good. For boys soccer, Jace Bixler. For girls soccer, Kennedy Campbell, Alexa Holland, Lexi Holland, Nikki Ponce, and Katie Schaller. For boys tennis, Jackson Sawyer. Girls golf, Kinley Lingenfelter. Boys cross country, Wesley Meyer and Eli Pugh. Girls cross country, Claire Dunwoody, Emma Feldman, Madison Hyatt, Hannah Odell, and Shelby Shane.
Congratulations, Coach. We have one correction. Gavin Bennett, if you'll come back to the stage. Gavin Bennett earned first team honors. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight, and I'll open up with some general remarks about our team accomplishments and individual accomplishments this fall. First, I want to point out that we are joined by a special guest tonight. Zebby is in the house. I've had a lot of people inquire about his condition, and while not all repairs have been made, you can see he's in pretty good shape, and he's excited to be here. I do want to point out that in the past, if you go back several decades, Zebby was a regular part of some events that we would have. For instance, he might be on the court for a boys basketball game, a girls basketball game, and he would be part of team pictures and things like that. And for a long time, we've just kind of loved Zebby in a case, and I think that has made him be of lesser importance to the people associated with the community. So we brought him back today to incorporate him into our events and maybe give him the proper reverence that he has for a Zebra who's been here since 1966. I was really impressed and wanted to quantify how well we've done academically. Mr. Strasser read a long list of names. We had 176 student athletes and managers participate in fall sports. 125 of those 176 made the honor roll. That's 71% of our athletes made all A's and B's in the fall. I think that's pretty good. 40 of those athletes had all A's. That's 23% of our student athletes. And I do want to give special attention to a few of our teams who had remarkable rates. Girls soccer had 84% of their athletes on the honor roll. Boys tennis edged them out a little bit with 86%. Volleyball was at 95%. And for like the millionth consecutive year, girls golf 100%. Another achievement that I thought was special tonight, this is one of the higher numbers that I remember. We have 10 student athletes receiving their 4th varsity letter for their sport tonight. And it seems like some of these sports wrapped up a long time ago, but I want to recap a few accomplishments. First in boys cross country, the team was the Three Rivers Conference champions, and I don't know if we've ever had a more impressive day at the conference. 5 out of the 6 top spots went to Zebras. I think one Manchester kid squeezed in there at 3rd. Wes Meyer went 1st, Eli Pugh 2nd, Harrison Corco's 4th, Cody Dennis 5th, and Damick Odell 6th. So 5 out of the top 6 spots, very nice. Also on the boys' side, for the 5th consecutive season, the team qualified for semi-state. And we had some really nice individual accomplishments. Wes Meyer had arguably the best season anybody's had here in cross country. He was the TRC champion, the sectional champion, the regional champion, and he placed 28th in the state and was just outside of making All-State. And I do want to point out that Eli Pugh missed going to state by just 1 place, and if that race is run another day, we probably have 2 guys in the state finals. On the girls' side, the team were regional qualifiers, and want to give special congratulations to Kelsey Tyler, who qualified for semi-state. "2015 was the first year that the Three Rivers Conference recognized soccer as a sport because of the inclusion of Macataquan, Peru. That boosted the numbers to where it became an official TRC sport. And these girls were the first all-TRC honorable mention girls soccer athletes. Courtney Gast, Alexa Holland, Amber Reisner, Katie Schaller, and Lillian Scott. Congratulations. On the boys' side, the boys became the first team in the school's history to earn IHSA sectional title. They were also pretty loaded with all-conference players: Cameron Gass, AJ Knotts, Deshaun Whitfield, Michael Whitfield, and Jace Bixler was honorable mention. In girls golf, I think people are getting accustomed to hearing Kinley Lingenfeller's name on this night. She was the TRC champion, made her 3rd consecutive state finals appearance. She tied for 16th this year. She has improved every year there. She was 76th as a freshman, 24th as a sophomore, and 16th this year as a junior. Congratulations. We had a number of football all-conference selections. The first team selections were Gavin Bennett, Connor McLaughlin, and Tanner Music. Wilson Lee and Sam Adams earned honorable mention. And in volleyball, heck of a season. TRC title, sectional title, regional title. They made the semi-state finals, which is equivalent to making the Final Four. They had the best record in school history. They won the Tomahawk invite, the Clay invite, and the Twin Lakes invite. Hannah Town, Maddie Sailors, Grace Pfeiffer, and Libby Good made first team all TRC. Jessica Dalton was honorable mention. And congratulations to Hannah Town, who made ICGSA All-State First Team. And there's one last trophy up there. It is the TRC All Sports Award. That is an award that was discontinued. Last year was the last year for the TRC All Sports Championship, and our boys walked off with the trophy in that. So we'll miss that award because I think we would compete for it every year, but they'll no longer do that. But we went out on top. We'll now move into the 5 awards that we recognize as a whole group. We'll present in this order. Cross country with Coach Stahlbaum will go first, followed by girls golf with Coach Thomas, boys tennis with Coach Atkinson, girls soccer with Coach Ebert, boys soccer with Coach Brown, volleyball with Coach Cashin, and football with Coach Zander. The first award that we'll recognize tonight is for team captains. This is the description from our student handbook. Leadership is often the intangible that is missing on those teams that never seem to fulfill their potential. At the same time, it is often very evident on those teams that rise to championship levels. Team captains must serve as leaders, as recruiters, as assistant coaches with younger players, and as positive role models for all team members.
Congratulations, you guys get to witness one of 2 nights a year where I give kids runners awards and they awkwardly try to hug me and I awkwardly try to not let them. So it's always good fun. You guys be entertained the whole night. It'll be good for everybody. All right, I'll start with the boys side, captains. Basically with running, it's you have to work really hard in the off season or you're not going to be really successful. So for me, I kind of pick captains based on who lets the younger runners know that if you work really hard in the off season, you're going to be successful and you're going to get better and better every single year you run. And 2 people that did that, showing by example, is Harrison Corcos and Eli Pugh. Hugs are my favorite, obviously. So, yeah. All right, on the girls' side, we have 2 different kind of leaders here. One person did a really, really good job of showing that running is important and, keeping time in all your runs, running a lot of mileage, doing everything at the right pace, and I think that kind of shows the younger runners exactly what you need, a blueprint to get better. And the other person did a really good job of the team unity part of things, making sure that everybody's included. Being there for the younger runners, making a team atmosphere, and that kind. And both are very important. And for the running aspect of things, it was Kelsey Tyler, and for the team chemistry side of things, it was Claire Dunleavy.
The captains for girls golf are Kinley Lingenfelder and Rosalie Navarro. I saw Rosalie. Rosalie is also academic honorable mention, all TRC, so she'll get her certificate as well. So girls, come on up. Kinley and Rosalie were the most experienced players coming back to the team. That was arguably one of my best I've ever had in my career. Graduation hurt us really, really bad, and these 2 girls had the most experience, and the other girls just starting out really looked up to them. And both being juniors, we'll expect big things from them next year and be leaders as well. So congratulations.
For the boys tennis team,
captains this year, honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything more from a couple guys. They provided everything that a team would ever need. Big time leadership, they led by example. Really brought the team up when the team needed it. Quite frankly, I think they have a big part in some of the traction that the tennis team is gaining. That's Jackson Sawyer and Zach Deshawn.
Good to see you.
Girls soccer this year, I'm kind of the new guy. So my captains not only helped lead the team, they helped lead me, teach me what to expect. The two girls I picked this year definitely led by example on the field and off. And off the field, they're kind of inseparable, so it's only natural that we pick these two. This year's Captain's Award, Katie Schaller and Morgan Tyler.
For boys soccer, we have 3 captains, and the thing I'm most proud about with these kids, well, obviously, winning the first section was awesome, but we started out the season 1-5-1, and without good leadership, this season could have easily turned into a disaster. But they rallied the troops, and they showed good leadership and good faith, not just in their teammates and themselves, but the coaching staff, and we appreciate that. And so I'm very proud to recognize our 3 captains: Michael Whitfield, Jace Bixler, AJ Knotts. We'll get it.
Thanks a lot.
For volleyball this year, we have 3 captains. For anybody that came to a match, our captains are the ones that did the toss, so if you 3 could come on up here. No surprise who they are. Libby Good is a 3-time varsity winner. She's no new kid to the block. Hannah Town, as we know, is also winning her 3rd varsity letter tonight, and she is no new kid to the block. And Jessica Dalton, she's earning a 4th varsity letter tonight, and she is also not new to the block. These kids were selected based on their leadership, their experience, but all for unique reasons. Jessica Dalton, everyone knows, is extremely artistic. She has a unique gift to make people feel involved, and she has a great ability to make people feel as one, and she can fire a team up faster using her own select choice of words and actions. So her leadership and her ability to keep our camaraderie going throughout the season was a huge part of our success. So congratulations to you, Jessica. Libby Good, as most of you know, she's the sweet little innocent one, or at least she makes you think that. Yeah, used to be. But no, she has a unique ability as well to unify the group. I can look at her at any point in any time, in any match, in any practice, anytime, and I can tell her to do something, and she'll fake a smile. Even if she doesn't want to smile, she'll fake a smile. So other people see her do that, and that to me is quality. She listens. I just love her to death. She's going to be missed. So is Jessica, but she's my other captain, and she did a great job and an integral part of our success this year. So she's getting this one because Corey has your star. Hannah Town, as I'm happy to say, is only a junior. I get to keep her for one more year, but she was an integral part of our success as well, leading this team not only on the court with her skills, but this year she smiled on the court. She's a great leader, and she just has the ability, just with her presence on the court, to have others follow her. I know that our younger players through the pipeline are looking up at you three, and I'm so proud to have you as part of my program. And you did such a phenomenal job leading our team this year, and what a great, successful year. So congratulations.
All right, football team, we had I had the kids vote along with the coaches, and it was pretty close between three of them. So we're giving three captains awards tonight. All three of these guys will be missed tremendously. They're a big part of our offense, big part of our defense, and everything we tried to do this year as a football team. Our three captains this year are Connor McLaughlin, Gavin Bennett, and Wilson Lee.
Our next award is for most promising athlete. Athletes, as you come to receive your awards tonight, you will see that we have made a change. We've moved from trophies to plaques. I think they're going to prove to be a lot more durable and something that you'll probably be able to incorporate into your life in later age better than a trophy. A couple other awards changes we made, starting with the girls freshmen this year. We talked in their global classes and voted on moving to old gold instead of the bright gold. So upperclassmen will continue to receive bright gold so that their jackets match, but the freshmen on down will move to the old gold. So I want to throw that out there so no one's surprised. On to the most promising athlete. It is important that coaches continue to work and recruit the best athletes possible for their sport. It's especially gratifying when a coach gets a young man or young lady in their freshman or sophomore year that show the talent, the potential, determination, and positive attitude to be a real champion in their sport. Hopefully the awards earned tonight as most promising will serve to encourage each of these athletes on to bigger and better seasons in their RHS athletic careers.
Most promising for boys cross country is pretty obvious. I think over the regular season we faced over, you put all our meets together with a little over 1,000 runners total, all the races together. And during the regular season, Wesley Meyer only lost to 2 people. So then he went and won the sectional, won the regional, 8th place at semi-state, 28th place at state. So several thousand runners in the state, and he was 28th. So yeah, he's our most valuable.
Most promising. It was supposed to be most promising.
Can't read. I got a lot of issues. All right, so don't worry about it. Hey, we'll save that for later. You won't have to hear me talk again. I'll just come up here and point at them. Okay. All right, most promising. Obviously we don't have very many freshmen that come in and finish in the top 10 at the conference, and Cody Dennis did a really good job for us this year, came in right away. We needed a we really needed a guy to come into our top 5 to try to get back to the semi-state, try to get in the top 10 at the semi-state, try to make a run at state. And we did all that. This is the best team we've ever had in school history. And had he not put in a lot of work over the summer and in middle school to get ready to be good right away, we would not have been as successful as we were. So our most promising is Cody Dennis. I promise I'll get these right now. All right, most promising girl. Obviously, we had a lot of young talent on our team this year, and this was, you could call it a rebuilding year for the girls team. We graduated so many, elite level runners last year. So we had a whole lot of young people come in, trying to figure out, it took us a long time during the season to figure out who was going to be on varsity and whatnot. And I think this girl really stepped up. Too bad she got injured towards the end of the year, but at the beginning of the year we were all really surprised just how well she was running. We were really happy for her. Carly Zillers.
When Pete Du Bois retired, I was going to miss his humor and making us chuckle in here, but Stahlbaum, you have filled in wonderfully. Most promising for girls golf is Renee Bickle. Come on up, Renee. Renee played golf in middle school, and I couldn't get her talked into playing her freshman year. So she sat out her freshman year, came back her sophomore year, and has been a welcome addition to our team. She naturally has a great golf swing. She has a great attitude, always smiling, and she will be a big part of our future for success there for the golf team.
Most promising athlete for boys tennis this year, Jackson Sawyer. He keeps, I tell him all the time, with just a little bit of work, on the mental side of the sport, he's just right there, between being an okay tennis player for the area and an exceptional tennis player in the area. I think his potential is going to be realized next year. He works extremely hard. So, Jackson Sawyer.
As a coach, you hope your freshman class coming in, you'll have one player that will contribute in their early years. We were blessed this year. The freshman class, on top of the overall talent, we had 3 that stepped in and started almost all season long. Our most promising for the season, Adrian Shepard.
Boys side for soccer, also very fortunate to have a really good group of freshmen come in this year, and I'm real excited. It might be the most talented freshman class that I've had since I've been coaching. So hopefully they. I know you guys are good too. But we're really excited about the future. But our most promising athlete for boys soccer is Micah Town.
Oh my God.
For volleyball this year, we had a plethora of sophomores, lots of young talent, which is very, very, very exciting. So this award was a little challenging. I actually also had my kids vote and coaches vote, and it was a very, very tight match. When it came down to it, the winner of this award finished with 437 digs, 250 kills, 70 total blocks, 59 aces, 439 points, 1,260 assists, was the #1 setter in the TRC, two-time TRC All-Conference winner. Most promising this year goes to Grace Pfeiffer.
For football this year, we have two most promising. Usually don't like to give two awards out, but this might be the first time since I've been at Rochester. This is my 9th year part of the football program, 4 as a head coach. And we've had some kids letter as freshmen, and I think Connor McLaughlin will be getting his 4th letter tonight. We've never had a freshman start since I've been here. We have 2 this year. Some of it might be because of injuries, but I think both of these guys came on strong at the end. One of them actually started week 2 and week 3, and then started towards the end as well. Started the last game both ways. So our most promising for football goes to Brady Perez and Zane Gilbert.
The next award in our sequence of awards is Most Improved Athlete. One of the goals of every sports program is to continue to strive for improvement, whether that means, I did it again. I'll read the spring one. A better time than the 3,200 mid-run, a higher batting average, or fewer putts per round. Improvement is often the key to the successes of many of our athletic programs. And as I invite Coach Stahlbaum back up here, I want it to be known he should be forgiven for going straight to the most improved, because he's only done this award ceremony how many times?
I think this is number 10.
Number 10. Is he slipping? Yeah.
I'm sure everyone will forget about this by tomorrow. I won't hear about it again, ever. So, good. All right, boys most improved runner. There was 2 people that was really close. I go by season average of what somebody does from one year to the next and how much time they drop. And we had a whole lot of people get a lot better this year. But the 2 people that were the closest were Uriah Milner and Jeffrey Rupert. Were both about a minute faster than they were last year. But barely, just barely, Uriah Milner comes up with the most improved. Most improved for the girls, a lot more obvious. We had one girl drop just a ton of time from last year to this year. I think it's mainly because she's a lot more healthy this year than she was last year, with some knee injury she had in middle school and in high school last year. And she was, I think she was 22nd or 23rd in the conference meet. And I think last year she was in the 40s. So she dropped a whole bunch of places and a whole bunch of time. And I think she's going to be really good next year. And that is Alexis Elliott.
Like many of the coaches up here, I could have given away several most improved awards, but the one that stood out in my head will go to Jade Benesh. Jade, come on up. Jade was a new golfer. She had never played competitive golf in her life. Sent me an email over the summer, hey, I want to play, that's great. And the first match is at Warsaw, Stonehenge, which is not an easy course if you've ever played it. And I thought the next day I'm going to have to talk her into staying on the golf team. She was scared, and I told her when she was out on one of the fairways, I said, you will be amazed at how far you come from this day to the end of the season. And she did. She improved. She worked at it. She asked questions. She wanted to learn. She wanted to get better. And she definitely improved all season long, and we're glad to have her.
This year's most improved athlete for boys tennis team. Last year, he found himself somewhere in the middle of the JV lineup. This year, he found himself pretty consistently playing one doubles this year, which is a considerable jump there. How many syllables are in that word there? I don't know. Several. You know, he put a lot of time in the off season. Kid grew himself into a little bit of an athlete, which is, I give him crap for all the time. Told him he's probably the most unathletic athlete I've ever met. But he is improving all across the board. Austin Utter.
Most improved for girls soccer. Being new to the program, obviously everyone was starting out on the same level. So many of the girls really came on through the season. The winner this year started out the season as a number 2, number 3 goalie, and at the end of the season was working her way into the starting lineup when she was healthy. Most improved, Maddie Scheifer.
We had a lot of kids contribute this year that didn't get a lot of minutes last year, and some guys that weren't even weren't on varsity last year didn't get their first letter. But we have one kid in particular that in soccer I think there's one position that's more important than all the others, and that's your goalkeeper. And so our most improved is Cole Dillingham.
Again this year for volleyball, another very, very tight award. I have such a great group of kids, and I'm so proud of all of them, and it's hard to give these awards, but you know, with the votes and after I look at things, This kid at the beginning of the year, I had a meeting with the coaching staff and I thought, geez, I'm not really sure about this. Person that plays this particular position is not a position I take lightly, and it comes with a lot of responsibility, and you got to be ready to work hard. The leadership and determination that she showed when we played our regional match at Covington, I thought this is the best match she's ever played in her career. And then she turned around and we went to semi-state and outdid herself at Westview. She went from last year aces 20 this year to 60. Points 150 last year to 304 this year. Digging 388 last year to 458 this year. Serve receive from 440 to 538 for a big career, 1291 in serve receive and 1046 in digging. It's my great pleasure, Jessica Dalton, baby.
Football's most improved this year. Goes to a sophomore, a kid that started out playing some CT and did a really good job. Ended up moving up, playing some varsity, both in the offense and defense. Started out for us at started tailback later in the year and did a pretty good job. Expect big things from him the next 2 years. Our most improved was to Aaron Brooks.
Our next award is mental attitude. The coach's favorite person is a way to describe this award. The question that, of course, we have to ask is why is this type of person the coach's favorite? The answer, this sort of person always listens and tries to do what is right, always hustles during all practices as well as in contests, always tries to provide leadership and be a positive example for the underclassmen in the program. Talent and potential are not qualities needed for the Mental Attitude Award, but a never say die attitude coupled with a positive outlook are the type of qualities that encapsulate this sort of person.
I'll keep it short so I don't mess this up. This is a bit of an inside joke, but the team will get it. Mental attitude goes to my #1 favorite freshman all time. That's Adam Brown. For girls' mental attitude, this person's just really happy all the time, and I think it's contagious on the rest of the team. And you know, if you ask her to do anything, I actually moved her to a larger mileage group this year. So she was, by all right, she should have been in a lower mileage group, but I bumped her up to a higher one because we needed another runner to get really good this year. So we took a chance and moved her up. And she didn't complain once, and that's the kind of attitude I like to see. And that's Abby McCarter.
The mental attitude for girls golf is Ashley Navarro. Ashley, come on up. This was Ashley's first year at the varsity level of golf. Last year she played on the junior varsity. She improved a great deal from last year. If I looked at her stats, she could have been most improved just as well with Jade. Ashley was also the recipient of the Mitch Winger Courage Award. The Mitch Winger Courage Award is an award that our Coaches Association for golf gives out. There's over 300 golf coaches in the state, and she received this award. They only give it to one player each season, and they can only win it once in their career. And Mitch Winger was a golfer at Whitco High School in 1979 and had a disability, but he played on the varsity level for the Whitco Wildcats. And as a result, they have a statewide award, and this year Ashley was a recipient of that. So I got to present that to her this year at the girls' all-state banquet down in Indianapolis, and that was a pleasure. So Ashley Navarro, there you go.
Mental attitude this year for boys tennis. If you're talking, if you're talking strategy in tennis at the high school level, you win matches more often than not at 3 singles and 2 doubles. A lot of times coaches will try to kind of hide a little bit weaker players there. I was trying to strengthen those spots as a result of that. But this individual is a big-time mentor to some of the younger guys that he's played with this year as well as last year. He's a big-time leader on the team, Carlton Moore.
Mental attitude. Early in the season, I told the girls that I wasn't taking on 32 players, that I was actually gaining $32, and which on top of the 2 I already have was quite a handful. But this player stood out from the word go. We actually had to tell her in drills where we were trying to kind of slow down a little bit, to take it easy. She didn't know, said she didn't really know how. This year's mental attitude goes to Sierra Weathers.
Mental attitude award, we rely heavily on the team vote. And if you told me 4 years ago or 2 years ago that I'd be calling this kid up to stage for the mental attitude award, I would have been shocked. But mental attitude, he might be the most improved mental attitude, but he's also a quality player. Scored 6 goals, 6 assists for us. Was a captain. And so I'm proud to give our Mental Attitude Award to Jace Bixler.
This year's Mental Attitude Award for volleyball, there was 3 folks in the category for this award. The winner, I like to call the smooth operator. She keeps her cool on the court. She balances out extremes. She listens. She tries to execute, but most importantly, she never whines. Whiners, as the kids know, it's just not something I accept. She supports all of her teammates with positive encouragement. She's always smiling, kind-hearted. She's smart yet sensitive, and any coach would want her. She's a captain. She's a TRC All-Conference winner. She's also 1,178 assists, 105 aces, 541 points, 535 digs, 214 kills, 37 blocks. Come on up, Libby Good.
This year's Middle Attitude winner for football. This is a kid that I don't think he missed an off-season weight. He's a kid that came to us as coaches, during the season when things weren't going right, and asked about, maybe changing some positions and things like that. And when asked to, when we asked him about changing his position, starting tailback to helping out a tight end and on the line, he didn't hesitate. He didn't complain. He just went with it. And this is an example of a great Mental Attitude Award winner and a kid that's very valuable to the football team. And he was also a captain. Our Mental Attitude winner is Wilson Lee.
The last award we'll present in the group settings for most valuable athlete. The most valuable athlete is the person who means the most to the team. The most valuable athlete is not necessarily the most talented, but it's the player who contributes the most to the program. The most valuable athlete must provide leadership and also exhibit outstanding skill in the sport. I believe one way to determine the most valuable athlete is to simply ask yourself the question, where would this team have been without this person? And now, Coach Stahl, on the moment you haven't been waiting for. You ready, Wes?
In my defense, I do have, I am the only coach up here that has two different teams. So it's a lot of names to remember, and reading the plaques, I just forgot about that. So it happens. One thing about Wesley, though, coaching him over the last 4 years has been a real pleasure because it's not very often you get, that I get, an athlete that's at quite the talent level of Wesley. And I think every coach up here knows that when you get an athlete like that, it's a whole lot of fun watching them destroy other people. And it's been great over the last 4 years. I'm going to enjoy it one more season with track. So congratulations. Girls most valuable, she's two-time semi-state qualifier. This year she was, I think, 45, 55 places higher up in the semi-state than she was last year. She's about 20, 25 places away from getting the state. I think over the next couple of years she'll make a good run at that. She's also very talented, works really hard, very dedicated, very awesome to have, very easy to coach. Kelsey Tyler.
Most valuable for girls golf is Kinley Lingenfelder. Come on up, Kinley. This is my 15th year coaching girls golf, and every few years you get a player that you think, wow, that's the best I'm going to have for a while. Aubrey Rowe, Riley Carr, Postuma twins, Carson and Covenant, and Kinley's paving her own roads. I mean, she's doing things that some of these girls never even dreamed of. She was a Rochester Invitational champion with a 1 under par 71, which is a new girls school record. She was a TRC individual champion. She was second at sectionals, second at regionals, and of course tied it for 16th at the girls golf state finals. I know she's not satisfied, and I know we can do better things, and it'll be really exciting next year to see what happens. And hopefully I could get her and a couple of her friends from up in Northwest Indiana to play some scrambles and take some of these golfers' money out here in the summer. So that'd be fun. Kinley Lingenfelder.
Most valuable for us this year, excuse me, he ended up with a 10-4 record overall, 5-1 record in a very tough TRC conference. This guy put us in the position to win matches more often than not. This season might have been a little scary without him. Zach Kishon.
We chose 2 MVPs this season for the girls soccer, an offensive and a defensive. Although in fairness to the one player, she played pretty much everything. But definitely we don't know what we would have done without these 2 girls on the field. Our MVPs are Alexa Holland and Courtney Gass.
For boys soccer, our defensive MVP started and played the most games of any kid ever to go through Rochester High School. Scored 5 goals and 2 assists from playing center back, all conference, league captain, Michael Whitfield. And our offensive MVP for boys soccer did something special this year that nobody's ever done, and that's get double-digit goals and assists. Also set a record for single-season assists with 14. He tied his brother's single-game scoring record with 4 goals in a game. He's second all-time in assists, and all TRC, all conference, 4th all-time in points, and that is AJ Knox.
MVP for volleyball should come as no surprise, but I am going to run through some things because it's pretty awesome. This particular young lady has 1,310 kills so far in her career, 493 this year alone, 164 aces, 665 points, 402 total blocks, 1,124 digs. She added 492 in this year alone. 1,347 serve receptions. She added 539 this year alone. And for those of you that don't know what that means, it means that the other team is coming at her and they're trying to take her out and she's holding her own. That's huge. She's a 3rd-time TRC first team winner, 2nd year on All-State North team, once in 2A, once in 3A. She's a captain. She's playing this weekend in the All-State tournament at Lawrence North High School, for those of you interested in taking a trip. She's headed to D1. She's got numerous teams looking at her. She's on track to break the school record set by Caitlin Sawyer with 1,714 kills. Let's give it up for Hannah Town.
This year for football, we give an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP. This year, just to look at the most valuable athlete, Coach Hughes usually says it's the first person you look for when you get on the bus. So both these guys are the ones we had to make sure we're on the bus and on the field. And there's a couple times we played without these guys this year. Injuries plagued us quite a bit this year, but these two guys fought through some injuries. And both of them, had a successful career here at Rochester. One's a 4-time letter winner for us. The offensive MVP goes to Gavin Bennett, who's a 3-year letter winner, and All-State player for us last year in 3A. Offensive MVP is Gavin Bennett. Defensive MVP, he won it last year. Most tackles the last 2 years. I think he was second or third as a sophomore in tackles, and that's Connor McLaughlin.
Before we part from the auditorium, I'd like to give a few thank yous. First of all, I want to thank the administration. Chris Kiesling, are you here tonight? Mr. Kiesling, though he has a long drive home, stuck around tonight and has been an avid supporter of our athletics. Mr. Strasser's been great. I spent a lot of time with him in the fall. Also want to thank the office staff, Mrs. Beeler, everyone in the guidance department. Mrs. Horn's kind of the person I coordinated with there. And Jamie Bach, our new treasurer, did a great job for us this year. Christina Hughes, are you here? Christina does an excellent job taking care of our athletes. And the services she provides are invaluable. I don't know how many schools are here lament the fact they don't have a trainer who's fixed to their school, and we're very fortunate to have Christina. Shelly Gibson and the Gibson family, I can't compliment them enough on the work they put into this program, into tonight, into all the events that we do. I'm very fortunate to have Shelly. Are you here today, Shelly? Oh, there she is. I want to thank our custodial staff. In the fall, particularly, these guys work behind the scenes and do a lot for us. Bob Reed, Jim Swank, and the guy that I really turn to in the fall a lot, Brian Stockburger. And then there's this guy. He's a legend. He's a member of, he was inducted this year to the North Miami Rochester Hall of Fame. And he has declared himself assistant athletic director and sometimes outright athletic director, and I'm his assistant. And he's also the director of football operations. The guy has a lot of titles, Mr. Josh Van Meter. Josh received his plaque at the bonfire. I want to thank our coaches. Scott Stahlbaum's our cross-country coach, but our middle school guy, Alan Sager, does a whole lot with the varsity program as well, so I want to thank Alan too. In tennis, there's Coach Atkinson and Tammy Hooker, who helps him out a great deal and has been part of the continuity of that program over the years. I want to thank Chad Thomas, and Lyle Lingenfelter also plays a real big role with that team with his help. All new, well, not all new, new folks in soccer. Coach Eber did a great job in his first season. Very glad to have him. And Chantal Rinsberger also did a great job too. Also want to thank Mario Ponce for coming back and helping out. Boys soccer, Coach Brown and Coach Gonwer did their usual very good job, and happy to welcome Coach Amandi to the staff as well. Coach Cashin, can't thank her enough for agreeing after being begged to do the program. We were at a point where I wasn't sure what direction we were going to go, but Coach Cashin moved up from assistant to head coach and did an admirable job. She's helped a great deal by Sarah Dalton and Kayla Lowry and Aaron Leap at the varsity level. In football, thanks to Coach Zahner and his staff, Sean Kelly, Jim Swank, Ken Hughes, Kevin Seacrest, Brad Weaver, John Mitchell, Derek Beck, and Rob Schaefer. And they're not here tonight, I don't think, but thanks to Lucas Shane Halls and Allison Butler for their help with the cheer. I do also want to thank Paula Beeler. She comes to pretty much every event and takes pictures for us, and there's our invaluable archive to remember our seasons by. And want to thank the spouses of the coaches who actually kind of become assistant coaches, not really by choice, but they have to give a lot of themselves to allow their husbands and wives to dedicate their time to your children and to our department. Also, as always, want to thank the parents. I get to go to a lot of places and see the way parents behave in a lot of schools, and we're very fortunate to have first of all, a group of very supportive parents and a group of parents that can leave you proud of your community. So thank you. Thanks for all the sacrifices you make to get your students to practice, to make financial sacrifices to pay for what they do, and just to be supportive. Thank you very much, parents.